the cult that comes to mind most for me is that with Jim Jones down in South America.
Yeah.
That what the 70s or something like. I feel like he was some idealist, right? Like pretty pro-social, anti-segregationist, wanted to create this commune, this utopian commune. Couldn't do it in the US for whatever reason. And so went to somewhere in South America to create this utopia for himself and people around him. All those disorders that you mentioned, he doesn't seem to fall into one of those buckets, but you got a lot of people to follow him.
I would argue that he, just based on what you've described, that he probably falls into the narcissistic bucket.
I know the way.
I know the way. And you have to be delusional to think that you have the best option, the answer for 1,000 people or whatever it was to move to South America. The amount of pressure that you're putting on yourself to do that. And I think this is, I guess, the question that I have for you is, why is that alluring to people? Because I think what happens is you have a guy like him who is clearly has some mental illness that he's struggling with, but it works.
Yeah.
Right. I would move away from the idea that you have somebody who is just so socially adept and man, his EQ was so high, so he was able to influence 1,000 people. No, the guy's unhinged.
Yeah.
But people so desperate for stability were attracted to that. You know, when the average person interacts with somebody with a personality disorder that is unchecked, you don't want to be around that person.
No.
So how are these people getting so much? Why is it working to gain followership?
Well, I think it's what you already mentioned. It's not working for the average person because 1,000 people went down to South America and ended up drinking arsenic-laced Kool-Aid. But I think that's it, is you're so willing to join something, to be a part of something that you feel is new and different. It meets some sort of hole in your life. Yeah. Yeah. And you're willing to disregard all those things that tell you, okay, hold on, I'm moving to a jungle in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to leave my entire community, what I've known. I'm going to follow this dude. And I don't know what's going to happen. But you have to suspend your reality and sense of like what makes sense so much. And again, we're talking about extreme examples here, but I think that's it, is you just have that need to connect and be part of something is that much stronger.